covering local news that matters. This is CBS 17 News This Morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Imani Payne. We begin this morning with breaking news. A woman is dead after being hit by a car in Raleigh. And the Delta variant causing a nationwide uptick in COVID cases. We're looking at how those numbers compare to the surge we saw back in the winter. New this morning, Fayetteville firefighters say around 50 people are looking for somewhere to stay after a fire at an apartment complex. It happened at Kings Cross Apartments around 5 this morning. Firefighters say one person was sent to the hospital while another person was treated for smoke inhalation. The flames left smoke and water damage across the building. It's not yet clear what caused that fire. In the past hour, we've learned that a woman is dead after being hit by a car. It happened on East Millbrook Road in Raleigh around 11 last night. Police say Jessica Davis was taken to the hospital where she died. The driver of the vehicle stayed until officers arrived. Police say they're still investigating the accident. The U.S. is now averaging 100,000 new COVID cases a day. That's crossing a milestone that we reached during the winter surge last year. Experts say we're also seeing a rise in COVID cases found in children across the country. CBS 17's Jody McCreary is digging deeper into the impact COVID-19 is having on kids.
The group's report calls the increase substantial, but I looked closer at the numbers for our state to find out if those new cases in kids are really the issue.
So anytime we hear an absolute number, like the total number of cases in kids, the first question that comes to mind is, okay, out of how many kids?
So I compared the change in new cases for kids under 18 to what it was for everyone, and found the increase was exactly the same, up 43% for both. But what about the kids' share of all the new cases each week? That's been holding steady for 6 straight weeks at about 20%. The bigger picture, the increase might have less to do with kids and more to do with who's gotten the vaccine.
I'm not sure that we have a great answer to whether, it's really the unvaccinated kids versus unvaccinated adults that are driving that rise in cases in kids.
Those being hit hardest now are the unvaccinated. Kids make up part of that group, but not all of it.
I think you'd have to be precise about what you mean by kids.
While kids under 12 can't get the vaccine yet, the ones between 12 and 17 can, though only about 30% of them have done so. The report also says so far severe illness among kids has been rare. But in my story online, Dr. O'Brien explains why one of the main things she's watching now is how many more kids wind up in hospitals. For CBS 17 News, I'm Jody McCreary.
Jody, thank you. Happening today, you can help the Salvation Army with its Stuff the Bus campaign. They've teamed up with Walmart locations across Wake County to collect much-needed school supplies for students. A list of participating locations is right there on your screen. When you get to Walmart, you will see bins outside as well as a list of needed items. You can buy those items inside and drop them off in the bin when you leave. Well, the owner of the zebra cobra snake that went missing will not spend any time in jail. This is Christopher Gifford, the owner of that venom-spitting snake that escaped in a Raleigh neighborhood and was found in June. The 21-year-old pleaded guilty Friday to one charge for violating the state's venomous reptile ownership statute. In exchange, the DA agreed to drop 39 of his 40 charges. Gifford will serve probation for a year and give up his 75 snakes during that time.
If he let one go in November and did not let the authorities know, then this is very concerning to me.
As part of the agreement, Gifford will pay more than $13,000 to cover the overtime for animal control and police officers who spent days searching for the snake. Well, one positive side effect of the pandemic, many families discovered a love of the great outdoors. One campground in Randolph County continues to be packed with people looking for a fun getaway. In today's Destination Vacation, Shannon Smith shows us what's so special about this spot.
He's a bear that has a green hat and a black tie around it.
The kids may not know much about Yogi Bear and Boo Boo.
We had to tell them about it, yes. That's kind of like, it's like one of those things you're like, okay, this is a cartoon Mom and Dad grew up on.
But they still love meeting the mischievous bears at Jellystone Campground in Asheboro.
Yogi Bear and Boo Boo come out and they're always up to something.
The owners of the campground describe this space as summer camp for the whole family.
This type of camping park is more of a resort, and it is different than typical campgrounds. There's activities, there's so many things to do. It's really a focus on the family.
Daily activities include everything from foam fan fun to Lego building competitions. They also have a jumping pillow playground and laser tag facility.
I got 2 older boys, they love the golf carts. They get to go off-roading.
Families can explore the tons of trails that wind around the base of the Uwharrie Mountains, go fishing in nearby ponds, or they can cool off in the brand new pool complete with slides and a rock-faced waterfall.
It's wonderful to see the moms and dads jumping in the pool together and floating around and enjoy their time relaxing.
After a day full of fun, families rest in one of the 65 sites on the property. There are 11 fully furnished cabins as well as spots for RVs or tent camping.
Our first camping experience, but we've been really happy. Probably will come back again.
So many families want to stay, the park continues to add amenities and accommodations. They expect to have 100 campsites, including new cabins by this fall.
This park opened 5 years ago. We've been building quite a bit, and we have a long way to go. We're excited about it. People love the park. We can't build it fast enough.
What a great vacation spot there. The campground is open year-round with lots of special weekend activities. Jellystone Campground is located just outside of Asheboro, about 5 miles from the North Carolina Zoo. It's about an hour and a half west of Raleigh. You take 64 most of the way. Be sure to visit our website, cbs17.com. We've got an interactive map where you can check out other destinations. Well, it's the final weekend of the Olympics, and we have team coverage coming from Tokyo later in the show. But next, Dean Richards is back breaking down movies and a newly released Netflix movie.